Hello and welcome. In this video you might find a yoga tie or a man's tie useful, and possibly also a blanket for when we do some of the sitting postures. So just coming to stand, comfortably standing, and then beginning to lift the arms just a little way and return the arms to the sides. Lifting the arms just a little way and returning to your sides. And just continuing, maybe lifting the arms a little bit further with each breath. Matching this movement to your breath if it suits you. So as you inhale, lifting the arms. And as you exhale, lowering the arms. Taking the arms just a little bit further each time. And this is a physical movement, bringing movement into the shoulders, a little bit of strength work also to the arms. It's breath work, because you're matching to your breath. And as you take the arms a little bit further each time, it encourages the breath to be slower and deeper. As the breath slows and calms, the mind follows. At any time your arms get tired, you can just leave them by your sides. Focus on your breath. If you wish, we can add a visualization. So aware of yourself now as a living being. You have your physical body with the moving arms. You have the breath moving, and also maybe you have this sensation of a life within, something very precious, your life, your inner self. You could visualize that as a sense of light and sparkling energy, and if you wish, you could move this sense of energy, sparkling light, from your feet slowly up the body to the top of the head or the top of your fingers as you inhale, and moving that sparkling light down the body as you exhale back to the feet. So from the feet to the top of the body as you inhale, and from the top of the body or top of the head or the fingers back to your feet as you exhale. A visualization of this sparkling light, your life, your energy. That's something precious and unique that is yours. And on your next exhalation, releasing the practice. Doing anything you'd like to do, maybe rolling the shoulders, moving the legs, having a wriggle, anything you'd like to do. Excellent, I'm glad you joined in. That's wonderful. We're going to come now onto hands and knees for cat posture. And when you're on hands and knees, you may like an extra blanket or extra padding under your knees just to make it a bit more comfortable. You may like to pay attention to your hands and spread the fingers wide and then dig the fingertips in like a cat does when you're wearing your best clothes, digging the fingers in and then drawing the fingers together and then lifting one hand, spread the fingers, return to the mat. Again, dig the fingertips in as if you're trying to scrunch the mat under your fingers, and lift the hand and spread. Swapping over sides, just building a bit of strength here in the fingers. And then when you're ready, settling into your cat posture. Downward cat and upward cat. Matching to your breath, down cat as you exhale, up cat as you inhale. Maybe have the movement as a wave that travels from the tailbone to the top of the head. If you wish, you could add a visualization to this cat. As the movement travels up the body from the tailbone to the top of the head, you could also visualize your energy moving from the tailbone up the spine to the top of the head. And because the movement starts at the tailbone each time, the visualization starts at the tailbone each time. So the movement this time of the energy is just one way. Moving up the spine with each movement. A sense of light and life. Sparkling and healing, enlivening. When you come to neutral cat once more, we'll come on to our fronts for cobra. Wriggling the legs long, wriggling the trunk long, lying on your front. Find a place for your hands. As you inhale, lifting. As you exhale, lowering. Keep going in your own time. Maintaining that sense of length as you lift and length as you lower. Endeavour to keep the feet perhaps hip distance apart. They tend to move to the edges of the mat, so try to avoid that. They don't have to be together, but not too far apart. If you wish, you can come up and hold your cobra. You may like the cobra version with the arms down by your sides, squeezing the shoulder blades and lifting with the muscles of the back. Such an important posture to do is building up strength in the muscles of the back. If you have your hands on the floor, again it's a nice counter posture to our forward bending of our everyday lives. Continuing with cobra for longer if it suits you. And when you're ready, we'll fold into child. As you rest in child, aware of the ground, the floor, the mat, softening, relaxing into child. Relax with your exhalations. Feeling safe and held. From child we move to down dog, stretching long way forward with your hands, coming onto hands and knees. Ensure you are completely on your mat. Tuck the toes under, inhale, stay still, and exhale, down dog. And when you're in your down dog, you can wriggle and move if you want to. Do variations of down dog if you wish. You can come up and down whenever you want to. Holding for longer if that suits you. Releasing into child when you've finished. Brilliant. Well done. Such a nice posture. We're going to come onto our backs now for some abdominal muscle work. This is where your thigh will be useful. Coming to lie down. And for most of us, when the knees are bent, you can arch the back and make quite a large space underneath the lower back. And it's this space we're going to just feed the thigh through. If you have a large natural curve in your back, you might like something thicker than a thigh, like maybe a scarf or something. Most of us, when the feet are flat on the floor, the thigh is free to move, the back is arched, and when the knees are close to the chest, the back is pushed down into the mat, the arch disappears, and it pushes the thigh or holds the thigh firmly to the floor. So we're going to use that anatomy to work the abdominal muscles. So having a gentle pull on the thigh with the knees close to the chest, slowly take the knees away until the thigh becomes loose and you can pull the thigh. Keep the knees where they are now and use the abdominal muscles to push the back of the waist into the mat, holding the thigh close to the floor. Try to only use one hand. If you're pulling on both hands, that's cheating. You might like the other hand resting on the tummy, feeling those abdominal muscles engage. And smile, this is so good for you, it's wonderful. Safe way to work abdominal muscles because the back is nicely supported. Ensure you're not pushing down on the pelvic floor. So with each exhalation, draw up and in with the pelvic floor muscles. And when you feel you've worked enough for you, releasing. You can have a wriggle, moving the spine if you want to. That's surprisingly hard work, so well done. We're going to do another version of work onto the abdominal muscles. Again, go carefully if you've got back issues, stay with the Thai version if it suits you. If you have issues around your tailbone, or you want to make this a little bit more comfortable for you, a blanket is extra comfort. So we take the hands behind you and bend the elbows so you're leaning back on the hands a little. Lift the pelvic floor. We're actually going to round back a little so you come off the sitting bones, just rounding the back a little. Reduce the weight going through your hands, leaning back a little if that suits you. And smile. Lift the pelvic floor muscles. Stay there if it suits you. If you wish, you could just bring one shin parallel to the floor. Take a breath or two there. Keep smiling. Keep aware of the pelvic floor muscles. Swap over the other leg. Breath or two there. And then, if you wish, both legs. Smile. Use the pelvic floor. Hold for longer if it suits you, resting whenever you want to, and we'll repeat once more. Leaning back on the hands, reducing the weight through the hands, lifting one leg if you want to. Shin parallel to the floor is stronger, foot close to the floor, that's a bit easier. Keep smiling. Swapping over legs when you're ready. Both legs if you wish. I find that quite hard work, so releasing. Could arch the spine the other way. Felix de Beach posture, this one. Doing anything you'd like to do. Well done. So a little bit of that every day. Wouldn't that make us strong? Coming now to lie down on your backs. Might find the Thai useful here. So as you come to lying down, just going to bring lots of movement into the hips and into the legs. So you might like to start with hip circles. Keep the hands on the knees. Take the knees wide, push the knees away from you, draw the knees together, draw the knees towards you. And keep going, experiencing large range of movement in the hip joints. And you can go slowly or quickly, whichever suits you. Reverse direction. Wonderful. If you want to now, we'll do a little bit of bicycling, bringing movement into the ankle joints and into the knee joints and into the hip joints. So the knees come close towards you, come far away from you. As you're working, if you wish, you can endeavour to keep the back of the waist close to the mat. Again, you can go slowly or quickly, reversing direction. It's also building strength in the abdominal muscles. So try not to be tempted to hold your pelvis with your hands. You can do that, but if you can do it without your hands, your abdominal muscles will be doing the work. releasing when you're ready. And you might like twists, arms out wide, just taking the knees over one side, back to center, and over the other side, and back to center. Knees can be close to the chest if that suits you, or feet can be on the floor. The closer your knees are to each other, the stronger the twists are. If you let the knees slide against each other, or slide apart from each other, this is a gentler twist. Knees close together makes a stronger twist. Head could move in the opposite direction to the knees. When you're ready, having worked equally on both sides, we'll come to bridge posture. Feet fairly close to the bottom, parallel with each other. Shoulders settling into the mat, palms on the floor. Push the back of the waist into the mat, push down on the feet, lift the pelvis. And return the back of the waist, return the pelvis. Bridge posture. Match to your breath if you wish. As you inhale, lifting the pelvis. As you exhale, lowering the pelvis. As you're working, feeling the spine lifting vertebra by vertebra from the floor and returning vertebra by vertebra, one by one, back to the floor. Lovely posture for backs. If you like bridge, you can come up and hold and breathe. Weight on the big toe side as much as the little toe side, so the knees stay hip distance apart. Staying longer in bridge if you wish, doing anything when you've finished, anything you'd like to do, hugging the knees, have a wriggle. Excellent. Well done. That's fantastic. So proud of you all. We're going to work now in a posture I know as hand big toe posture. We'll start on the floor. So drawing one leg in towards you and holding maybe round the shin, maybe round the thigh, wherever suits you. Straighten the other leg away from you along the floor, heel away, toes to the ceiling, lengthen the spine, little tone pelvic floor and abdominal muscles. I'm going to take the opposite hand, maybe rest it on the hip or maybe have it out to the side. We're going to take the knee out to the side but keeping it close towards you. Breath or two there. Return the knee to its center line and release the leg to the floor. Work the other side, draw the other leg towards you, hug maybe round the shin, maybe under the thigh, whichever suits you. Straightening the other leg away from you along the floor, settling into the mat. Little tone pelvic floor. Holding now with one hand, same hand as legs, if it's your right leg, as your right hand. Place the other hand maybe on the hips, maybe out to the side. And we'll take the knee out to the side, maybe sending that knee towards the armpit, but endeavouring to keep the pelvis level, both sides of the pelvis in contact with the floor as much as possible. Breath or two there, chin gently tucked in, And draw the knee back to center and release. Do anything you'd like to do, bicycle, hugging the knees, anything. Would return to the first leg, again hugging the knees, the one knee hugging if that suits you. If you're happy now, we'll keep the knee roughly where it is and take the foot vertically over the knee, if it will, encouraging the sole of the foot up to face the ceiling. If you have arms like a gibbon, you might be able to reach your foot. If not, the tie is useful. So we're encouraging knee towards the chest, sole of the foot facing the ceiling, shoulders relaxed, lengthening the other leg along the floor, heel away, toes to the ceiling. You can hold, if your arm's long enough, you can hold your foot on the big toe side, or you can hold the tie. This hand's on the hip, encouraging the hip to stay down or out to the side. If you're happy, we just take the leg out to the side a little way. Breath or two there, knee bent, roughly 90 degrees. Encouraging the hip to stay down. Returning to center and releasing. Great posture here for opening the hip joints. These are joints that can get stiff. Swapping over sides. Bend the knee to start. Stay there if it suits you. Keep the knee roughly where it is. Taking the foot roughly over the knee. Turn the sole of the foot to face the ceiling. If your arms are long enough, you can hold the foot or hold on the big toe side. If you want to use the tie, if you don't have really long arms, you can use the tie. Straightening the other leg away from you. Breath or two there, encouraging knee towards the chest. Other hand can be on the hips, holding the hips as level as they will, or out to the side for balance. And if you wish, taking the leg out to the side, just as far as your hip joints allow. Breath or two there, enjoying the stretch, smiling, little tone in the pelvic floor. Returning to center, releasing the leg. And if you want to break for hip circles, a stretch or bridge, feel free. Draw the first leg in towards you once more, giving it a little hug. And then maybe wrapping the tie around the foot and encourage the leg towards you. If your arms are long enough, you can hold the big toe side. Otherwise, hold the tie. Straighten the other leg away from you, the hand on the hip or out to the side. Leg is straight or straightish, wherever your leg happens to be, it's all fine. If you're happy, we'll take the leg out to the side, endeavouring to keep this pelvis level as it will. Straight leg straight, relaxing the back to the floor, chin gently tucked in. Breath or two there. Enjoy the stretch. Returning the foot to center, bend the knees, release. Swapping sides. And you'll probably find each side different. One side will be easier than the other. Legs straight or straightish, And it really doesn't matter how flexible you are in your hip. We're all built differently, different depth to our hip sockets, different shape to our pelvis. The idea is just a sense of nice stretch down the back of the leg, nice opening in the hip joint. Again, use the tie if it suits you. If your arms are long enough, you can hold the big toe side of the foot. Other hand on the hip or out to the side. Breath or two here. And take the leg out to the side if it suits you, endeavouring to keep the pelvis roughly level. The other leg active, heel away, toes towards you. Returning to centre when you're ready, releasing. Doing anything you'd like to do. Brilliant, fantastic. Could take a deep inhalation, a big stretch, and the sigh, breath out. Lovely. Good stretch there in the physical body. If you'd like to just settle and relax with the breath now, aware of the breath. Aware of yourself as a living being. That precious life within. And if you like the visualization, you can visualize a sense of light, sparkling light, moving from your feet to the top of the head with each inhalation, and from the top of the head moving down the body with each exhalation. And it's a sense of your energy, your inner sparkle, your inner light. Just a few breaths there, because if you wish now, we're going to come to standing. Coming to sitting for a moment or two first, and then we're going to come to standing and maybe repeat all of those movements we've just done with the hand big toe posture, but do it from standing. Standing big toe posture now. I find in this posture it's quite handy to be very near a wall. It's very difficult to balance in this posture, so having a wall behind you can increase your confidence, and it's just there for when you're wobbly. So just getting used to standing. After the lying down postures, you can walk and march and wriggle in between. So we'll pour the weight onto one foot and draw the leg up towards you. Hold underneath the thigh or around the shin. You'll notice as you do this, the tailbone tends to tuck under and the standing leg tends to bend. So avoid that, straighten the standing leg, but don't push back on the knee, lift the tailbone. You'll need tone in the pelvic floor and you'll need tone in the abdominal muscles. Your shoulders relaxed and a smile. It's nothing but fun in this posture, so don't take it too seriously. If you're happy, you can release one hand. You can place it on the wall behind you for extra balance or out to the side. Stay there if it suits you. If you're happy, you can take the knee out to the side a little, breath or two there, smiling, return to center, release the leg. Standing steady, we'll do the other side. Lifting the leg, hold under the thigh if that suits you, over the shin if that suits you. Said it was a wobbly one. Okay. Notice standing legs, so straighten the standing leg without pushing back on the knee. Lift the tailbone, use the abdominal muscles. Relax the shoulder. Releasing one hand, maybe holding the wall behind or out to the side. If you're still happy, maybe move the knee out to the side a little. Return to center. Release. Excellent. Have a wriggle. Be pleased with yourself. The next two postures become more demanding. Do go carefully with backs. Really demanding on backs this posture is. So work with tree or repeat what we've just done if that suits you better. Again, the tie might be handy. Just going to have mine handy over my shoulder just in case. So we'll draw the leg up towards you, holding round the shin, round the thigh if that suits you. Reaching with the same hand onto the big toe side. Maybe just bringing the knee roughly 90 degrees. Okay, using the tie if you need. Holding onto the wall if that suits you. Arm out to the side if you prefer. Standing legs straight, lift the tailbone. If you're still happy, take the leg out to the side a little. Breath there. Returning to center. Release the leg. Oh, so clever, aren't we? We'll work the other side. So aware of the foot. Pouring the weight, grounded through that leg, lifting the leg, hug if you wish, hold the big toe side if you wish, use the wall for balance, or arm out to the side. Drawing the knee to 90 degrees if you want. Maybe take the leg out to the side a little. Return to center. Releasing. Have a wriggle, anything you'd like to do. And as you expect, the next one is with a straight or straightish leg. Not all of us have the flexibility to hold the straight leg, and you'll have some idea whether you need to use the tie or not, as to how it was for you on the mat. So using the tie, if you need to use the tie, if you're going to show off, you can hold the big toe side. Could have the hand on the wall behind you, could have it out to the side. Lifting the leg, straightening it if it will. Leg out to the side, possibly. Back to center. Releasing. Yes. Now we'll try the other side. Aware of the foot, standing leg, pelvic floor, abdominal muscles, pouring the weight. Keep your attention through that leg, the strength you need. Holding with the tie or hold the big toe side. Use the wall if needed. Yes, bit wobbly, but we did it. Fantastic. Hard work. Doing anything you'd like to do now, moving the shoulders, moving the hips. And we come to stand steady in mountain. Let the breath settle. Aware of the feet, the contact with the floor. Held, steady, safe. Aware of your breath, happening all by itself. And aware of this sense of life within, your precious life, your unique self, your wonderful self. And you can visualize this inner energy as light and sparkling. And if you wish, you could visualize this energy moving as you inhale from your feet up to the top of your head. And as you exhale from the top of the head back down to the soles of your feet. And this is sparkling, healing, happy light, your visualization. The precious and wonderful life within. Releasing this practice when you're ready. We're going to work with a practice known as prana mudra, the peace gesture. This can be done sitting or kneeling, or it can be done lying down. All are fine. So coming to a place that is comfortable for you. For me to sit comfortably like this, I do need to sit on a cushion or a block, but any place that's comfortable for you. Kneeling works, chair works, lying down works. The prana mudra is a gesture, a practice that has 3 layers to it. The first layer is the physical movement of the hands. Palms face the trunk of the body, quite close to the trunk of the body, about 2 inches away. And the arms lift till they're roughly parallel with the head. And then the arms open, palms face the ceiling. And then the hands come together again, turn palms face the trunk of the body and return to the lap. It's a physical movement with the arms. It matches to your breath, so lifting the arms as you inhale and lowering the arms as you exhale. If you need 2 breaths to make this movement, it's absolutely fine. You can inhale and pause as you exhale, and then on the next inhalation, opening the arms. Again, 2 breaths out if you wish, exhaling, and a pause, the next inhalation, continuing the arms down. But any time your arms get tired, you can just do the visualization, and the visualization is the 3rd layer to this practice. So as you're moving the arms, we're going to visualize. Perhaps we'll just stop for a moment, close your eyes. Ensure you are comfortable. And just be aware of yourself as a physical body. Aware of your breath happening all by itself. And aware of something else there. an inner self, an inner place, a light, a warmth, a peace. And it's this inner place where we connect to the world around us. A place of love. And this gesture is a gesture of us sharing the love, this connection with the world and the universe around us, sharing outwards and sharing inwards. Just adopting a little bit of tone in the pelvic floor, bringing the hands just in front of the base of the spine. And as you inhale, just visualizing, drawing up your inner self, your inner sparkle, your inner light, traveling up the trunk of the body as the hands move, as the breath inhales. And when you get to the top of your head, you share your inner light, connect yourself to the world around you. And as you exhale, you draw in to the top of your head anything that you need, a sense of love, a sense of connection, and draw it in through the top of your head, travel it down your spine to the very base of the trunk of the body, where you gently engage and hold there, and then release the pelvic floor muscles, ready for the next inhalation, where you're visualizing, drawing up your sparkling energy, your life, your light, your love, sharing it through the top of the world, sharing and spreading. And with the exhalation, drawing in that which you need, love and hope and harmony, connection to everything, drawing it down through you, bit by bit, to the trunk of the body, where you hold with a little hold of the pelvic floor and then release for the next inhalation. Keep going in your own time. Eyes closed if that suits you, or gaze gently relax. If at any time your arms get tired, you can continue the visualization without the movement of the arms. If you're lying down, the movement of the arms is exactly the same, close to the body and then up near the head, sense of opening, sharing and drawing back in. Twice more. Releasing the practice, resting the arms, breathing normally, staying for longer if that suits you, but when you're ready to awaken, aware of the physical body, gently moving hands, feet, arms, legs. Have a stretch, a wriggle. Opening your eyes when you're ready. Thank you. Shanti. Peace. And like all of these practices, all these visualization practices, you can do for long sessions of time, 10 minutes or so, or half an hour or so, or even just for one moment. If you feel a moment you need during your day, you can just take one moment, one breath to work with these practices. Thank you. Peace.